Hey there, welcome back friends. Let's move forward, and today we will try to understand how to implement the update functionality into our application. Definitely we have added these links and the update form is also getting loaded, but when we are clicking on update user button, definitely it is showing up something went wrong. The reason being very simple, we haven't handled the form operation. So let us move forward and let us first of all check this form update user. So if we check this form, definitely we are submitting this form using the method post, and in here we have couple of hidden fields. One of the hidden field is based on form and the name is update user operation, right? So let me copy this particular text first of all, and let me show you the do post method of operation controller. So in here, if we check, here is the operation controller. Let me expand this and let me also show you the do post method. Here is the do post method, and here is the switch case which is handling the form operation. Definitely in here we are reading the form operation. We also have the case for add user operation. Let us add in a yet another case. This case would be based on what? This would be based on update user operation, and we need to convert this particular text into all lowercase. Now friends, the reason why we are converting everything to the lowercase is definitely this line number 57, where we are converting the text value to the lowercase. Now the reason why we are doing this is very simple. We would like to avoid the case sensitivity when it comes to reading the parameter form. We don't want that the URL needs to be case sensitive, then only our application will work. We are avoiding the situation where case plays a role. Alright, now moving forward, let us quickly add in the break statement as well. Now moving forward, what we will do, we will definitely call in a yet another method whose name is update user, right? But before that, we need to also create a object of user type, and the user will have the updated information, right? So this would be interesting. So in here we will type in user updated user equals new user. Let me expand this. Now friends, when we try to check the autocomplete, there are two versions. In version 1 we only have the username and email, and in version 2 we have user's ID, username and email. So we will go with the second version. All right, and first of all we need to get the parameter of user's ID. So we will type in request dot get parameter, and it would be like user's ID. So let me type in user's ID in here. Then we will get the username. So let me copy this part and paste this in here. Likewise, let me also do the same for email like this, and finally let me add in the semicolon, and let me also do one thing. Let me format things a little. All right, so this looks good to me, and I guess something is going wrong in here. Let me see. All right, so now friends, the issue is if we hover upon this, we are able to understand the issue. In our constructor, we need to pass on int string string. We are passing string string string. So definitely this first part, user ID, needs to be a int entity, and the way of converting a string to a int is little different. Let me show you. In here we need to type an integer dot parse int, and we will send in this particular parameter inside this one. Let me show you how. All right, and now our program will not show any error. Let me format things a little, and here is the code. A little complicated statement, but it is fairly straightforward. We are simply converting the string into a int entity, and then we are also reading the username and email. All right, so once it is done, definitely we will do what? we will call in the update user operation method. So let us do that. So it would be like update user operation, and we will firstly pass in the data source, and then we will pass in the update user object. Here we go. And as soon as we do this, definitely there would be an error. Let me hover upon this error, and we would be creating a method by the name of update user operation. Alright, so this is good. This is good stuff. And once we are done with this, definitely we will call in the list users method so that we can display the updated list. So here is the call. Alright, so this is cool stuff. Now inside this update user method, we will do what? We will definitely take help of user model. So let me do that. Inside this update user method, we will create a new object of user model. So it would be like users model dot update user, and we will pass on the data source first of all. And I guess there is some issue with the name. Let me fix the name. And we will also pass in the object of the user type. Alright, now again this will for example give us some kind of error, and the error would be that this particular what we say method is not available. So definitely we will create the method, and there is a typo. Let me fix this. It is update user, and I guess everything is good enough. Let me also add in the return statement in here. Alright, let me hover upon this error, and let me like create this method inside our model. Alright, now friends, this is an interesting and very easy to understand thing. In here we will simply like do similar stuff which we have done in our add user method. The code would be slightly different than the add user method. Now if I do it line by line, this will cost us quite some time. So let me pause this video, let me create and add in the code for update user method, and I will walk you through the code of this method update user. So let me pause this video for a couple of seconds. Alright, so here is the code which will be responsible for updating the user, which is very similar to add user method. Now friends, how we are updating the user? Very simple. First of all, we will create null objects for statement and connect. Then we will connect with the data source. Then we will create couple of variables, and inside these variables we will simply read users ID, username and email. Then inside this string we are simply creating this statement update users set username equals question mark, email equals question mark, where users ID equals question mark, and then we are simply preparing the statement, and we are setting the values as username, email and users ID, and then finally we are executing the statement, and that's it. Now friends, there is a small little thing in here. We are returning the statement, and the return type is boolean. Now friends, it will return false for update user and for add user, both of these like scenarios, and the reason being this particular method returns true only if we are receiving some information from the database. So for that matter of purpose, we will get rid of this return statement. We will also get rid of this return false statement, and we will change the return type to void, and we will do the same with add user method as well. So it would be like void. Let me fix this thing, and let me also get rid of this statement. All right, so now we are all set, and let me quickly rerun this application by restarting the web server, and then we will test our application once. And here is our application. Amazing. Alright, now moving forward, let me also show you the model real quick. So here is the model which we have just coded. The name is users model, and the column names which we have given as username, email and users ID. Let me check. Alright, so the column name is not users ID, there is a underscore in between, so there is a small issue in here. Let me fix that. Alright, so now everything is okay. And now first of all, let us try to check whether the add user functionality is getting executed properly or not. So we will add in a test user, and the email would be like test@studyeasy.org. Let me click on add user. Alright, so this is working. Let me click on update link for John. Let me change the name to maybe Nikita, and email as nikita@studyeasy.org. Let me click on update user, and here is the output. Amazing. So we are able to update the user. Everything is working properly. Let me recheck. Let me give the username as Poonam, email as poonam@studyeasy.org. Let me click on update user. Alright, fantastic. Everything is working properly. Alright, so this is it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day and take care.